Okay, those are the political reactions, but the big question then that comes through, the Ayodhya verdict, can it bring closure to this long-standing dispute? That's the big question that we'll try and address tonight on India at 9. Joining us now, the country's foremost political scientist, Yogendra Yadav, Senior Fellow at CSTS. Also with us, Swapan Dasgupta, Senior Journalist and someone who's written extensively on the Ayodhya issue. Subramaniam Swamy, President of the Janata Party, who's also been involved in this issue now for several years. Joining us also now, Zafaryab Jilani, convener of the Babri Masjid Action Committee, and also he was the counsel for the Sunni Waqf Board. Mahesh Chetmalani, Senior Lawyer, who's also been a member of the BJP, Asaduddin Owaisi, Lok Sabha MP of the MIM from Hyderabad, and Ashok Desai, former Attorney General and Senior Counsel in the Supreme Court. So a real high-powered panel of people today. First to you, Zafaryab Jilani, I want to get this clear now. You are going in appeal to the Supreme Court. Therefore, for you, today's verdict is not seen, sir, as a closure. Am I right?
Yes, of course, there is no question of closure. Because we have been saying right from the very beginning that we will accept the final verdict of the Supreme Court, and it is but natural that if we feel aggrieved, and I have been saying for others also, you may be remembering that earlier also I had said that any party which feels aggrieved from this judgment may approach the Supreme Court. And today also I feel that other side will also have to approach the Supreme Court, because they do not accept this thing that mosque should be constructed in a portion of that very building. They are not saying at the moment, right, but it is but natural. So that what we must say, I say, because Muslim parties have accepted, Personal Law Board has said, all Muslim parties have said that final verdict of Supreme Court will be accepted by Muslims. Kindly ask them also. Right. They should also declare that yes, final verdict of Supreme Court will be accepted by them also. I mean, by the Sangh Parivar and by VHP also. So there will be closure.
You're saying that it's only after the Supreme Court pronounces the final verdict that there can be a sense of closure. That a verdict provided by the High Court doesn't provide you enough of space, Mr. Jilani, for a negotiated settlement. Am I correct?
No, you see, I have told you, negotiations cannot succeed because the other side, by negotiation means surrender of mosque. We cannot surrender the mosque. Under the law of Shariat, we are not entitled to surrender the mosque. We cannot exchange it. Therefore, there is no question of negotiation unless they come forward with any such resolution which is permissible
or that the Supreme,
accepted under law of Shariat.
But if the Supreme Court, if the Supreme Court gives the same judgment, virtually suggesting that the mosque cannot be built on this where what the High Court says is the Ram Janmasthan, you will accept that?
Our ulamas have said that Supreme Court verdict, to accept Supreme Court verdict would not have any responsibility upon us. Okay. It will be the verdict of Supreme Court which has to be accepted.
Okay, let me bring in Subramaniam Swamy, who in a sense represents the other side. You believe that there should be a Ram temple on the Ram Janmasthan. You do not accept that there should be a mosque on this land. The court today has said one-third, Sunni Waqf Board, Nirmohi Akhada and Hindus, in a sense representing Ram Lalla, should all have a portion of the land. Will you also, in that sense, do you also believe that the Hindus should also go in appeal, much as the Sunni Waqf Board is going in appeal, and to that extent there can be no closure?
Well, as far as appeal is concerned, if the Sunni Waqf Board is going in appeal, then automatically the Hindu point of view will be represented through the respondents, because they will be made respondents, being parties, and others can also join in. The fact of the matter is that this present judgment that we have today got has a fundamental contradiction, and the fundamental contradiction is that they have held that the Sunni Waqf Board has no locus standi in terms of title suit. At the same time, they are being awarded one-third of the land. The second problem has always been that the comparison of a temple with a masjid is totally illegitimate, because there is a Supreme Court Constitutional Bench judgment of 1994 which says that the masjid is not an essential part of Islamic religion, whereas the temple is very much, because the Lord through Prana Pratishta Puja enters the temple. So therefore a temple, the masjid can be built anywhere, because it's only
this is Justice Verma's
Venkatachalaya.